If you are going through stress, anxiety, or depression, if life feels heavy, if you feel lost and hopeless, I want you to pause for a moment and listen carefully. You are not alone in this world. No matter how isolated you feel, no matter how deep your pain runs, you are not the only person experiencing suffering. You may think no one cares about you, but I promise you, there are people who care, who understand, and who are willing to help. Buddhism teaches us that suffering is universal. We all suffer in different ways, some through financial hardship, others through heartbreak, loss, or uncertainty. The Buddha himself, before his enlightenment, experienced deep suffering and questions about the nature of life. He left a palace full of luxury and privilege because he saw that, despite material wealth, suffering was unavoidable. So, if you are feeling overwhelmed right now, know that your suffering does not define you. It is not the end of your story. The fact that you are here, listening to these words, means you are seeking a way out. And today, I will share with you powerful Buddhist insights that can help you navigate your mind, heal your heart, and move forward with clarity and peace. When life throws challenges at us, when we lose someone we love, when we experience failure, when we feel stuck, we often believe we are the only ones going through such pain. But if you step back and look at the world, you will see millions of people struggling with depression, anxiety, and hardships. The Buddha once said, "Where there is birth, there is suffering." This is not a pessimistic statement. It is a fact of life. The moment we are born, we become exposed to sickness, aging, loss, and death. But instead of seeing suffering as something negative, Buddhism teaches us that suffering is our greatest teacher. Imagine a person who has never faced any challenges in life. They have never known hunger, heartbreak, or failure. Would they understand the depth of human experience? Would they have the capacity to truly empathize with others? Probably not. It is through suffering that we grow. It is through struggle that we learn resilience. But here's the key. The suffering itself is not what makes life difficult. It is our perspective on suffering that determines whether we feel defeated or empowered. I am not here to tell you to just think positive or snap out of it. That is not how depression works. Instead, I want to introduce you to a profound Buddhist practice, becoming mindful of your thoughts. In Buddhism, there is a meditation practice called cittanupassana, which means mindfulness of the mind. It teaches us to observe our thoughts without identifying with them. Think about it like this. Imagine you are sitting on the side of the road watching traffic pass by. Cars, buses, motorcycles, they all come and go. Some vehicles are big and loud, others are small and quiet. You do not try to stop the traffic. You do not chase after a car or stand in the middle of the road to block it. You simply watch it pass. Your thoughts are just like traffic. They come and go. Some are loud and distressing. Others are subtle and peaceful. The problem is that most of us do not watch our thoughts. We chase them, fight them, or run from them. And in doing so, we become lost in our suffering. Mindfulness teaches us to step back and observe our thoughts without judgment. When a sad or anxious thought arises, instead of saying, "I am depressed," try saying, "A thought of sadness is arising." Instead of saying, "I am anxious," say, "Anxiety is present in my mind." By doing this, you create space between you and your thoughts. You realize that you are not your thoughts. Just because a thought appears in your mind does not mean it is true. So, how can we practice this? It's actually very simple, and you can do it anywhere. while sitting, walking, or even lying down. Pause and ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? Notice the thought without judgment. If a negative thought appears, do not push it away or fight it. Simply acknowledge it. Label the thought. This is a thought of sadness, or this is a thought of fear. Watch it pass. Understand that thoughts are like clouds in the sky. They come and go. Over time, this practice helps you separate yourself from your thoughts. You realize that just because you feel hopeless does not mean you are hopeless. Just because you think you are unworthy does not mean it is true. If you are feeling hopeless right now, please listen carefully. You are stronger than your mind is telling you. Depression often convinces us that we are not good enough, that we are failures, that no one cares. But these are just thoughts, and thoughts are not facts. Think about a child who is learning to walk. When they fall, they do not say, "I am a failure, I will never walk." They simply get back up and try again. You too have this ability within you. You have overcome challenges before. You have faced hardships and survived. This means you have the strength to overcome this too. In Buddhism, we often use the metaphor of the lotus flower. The lotus is a beautiful flower, but it grows in the mud. Without the mud, there is no lotus. Similarly, without suffering, there is no growth. So, instead of fearing your pain, ask yourself, what is this pain teaching me? How can I grow from this experience? Healing from depression is not an overnight process. It takes time. And that is okay. In Buddhism, there is a concept called metta, or loving-kindness meditation. It teaches us to direct love and compassion toward ourselves. Often, we are our own worst critics. We speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to a friend. I want you to try something. Close your eyes and repeat these phrases to yourself. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I be peaceful. May I be strong. Repeat this every day. It may feel strange at first, but over time, you will start to believe it. You deserve kindness, not just from others, but from yourself. One of the most beautiful things about healing is that once you have overcome your struggles, you can help others do the same. Think about this. Someone in the world right now is going through the same pain you are experiencing. They feel lost, just like you do. But you have the power to guide them. If you learn to heal, you can share your wisdom with others. You can be the light for someone else. And in doing so, you will find that your suffering was not in vain. So please, remember this. You are not alone. You are stronger than you think, and you will heal. May you all find true happiness and peace.